Greetings, this is Brother Eli with another episode of Bible Truth Revealed. Today's teaching is entitled, Why I Reject the Strong's Concordance. That is, why I reject the Strong's Concordance. In the introduction to the Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible, it says, and I quote, Strong's Exhaustive Concordance deserves a place next to your Bible as one of the most valuable and versatile tools of Bible study ever developed. Most pastors and Bible teachers rely heavily on the Strong's Concordance because they have fallen for this deception. Nothing deserves a place next to your Bible unless it has been thoroughly tested and proven to be reliable and consistent in helping you to better understand the Holy Scriptures. On the contrary, many people have developed a false sense of confidence when dealing with the Holy Scriptures because they mistakenly believe that the Strong's Concordance is the key that unlocks the hidden meaning of the Scriptures. As a result, there are lots of self-proclaimed Hebrew scholars who are teaching the so-called Hebrew meaning behind the words in the English Bible. In today's teaching, I will explain why I reject the Strong's Concordance. The Strong's Concordance is based on the King James Version of the Christian Bible. Apart from enabling Christians to quickly find verses in their idolatrous Bible, it allows them to study the words that the passages in the KJV were translated from. This means that KJV readers can lift the hood, so to speak, to see what the text said before it was translated into English. The problem is that the King James Bible is a snare that was purposefully designed to keep its readers trapped in the idolatry of Christianity. Therefore, any tool that helps you to better understand the King James Bible is also helping you to remain a Christian idolater. For details of the dangers of the KJV, please listen to my teaching entitled, The Truth About the King James Bible. That is, The Truth About the King James Bible. Furthermore, the so-called Masoretic text that the quote-unquote Old Testament was translated from was intentionally corrupted by a bunch of conmen called the Masoretes. This means that studying the Masoretic text will also not lead to a better understanding of the Holy Scriptures. I have created an entire playlist exposing the corrupt Masoretic text that is the source of most Christian and Jewish Bibles. To learn more about this despicable deception, please listen to the teachings in my playlist entitled LXX, which means Septuagint, versus KJV. That is LXX versus KJV. Both the King James Version and the Masoretic text must be rejected by genuine truth seekers who truly desire to serve the Most High only and to keep His commandments. As the Strong's Concordance was compiled to give a better understanding of these two abominable pieces of literature, it too must be rejected by genuine truth seekers. Together, the three books, the Masoretic text, the King James Bible, and the Strong's Concordance, form an unholy trinity of linguistic traps that were designed to confuse the children of Israel and keep us separate from the truth of the Holy Scriptures. Those who refuse to cast away the accursed thing will argue that the Strong's Concordance can help us to understand difficult passages in the Bible. Therefore, I will choose one biblical passage that is commonly considered to be difficult by many Christian theologians, and I will demonstrate that the Strong's Concordance does nothing to help us understand it. Amos chapter 3, verse 12. Amos chapter 3 verse 12 in the King James Version of the Christian Bible reads thus: Thus saith the Lord, as the shepherd taketh out of the mouth of the lion 2 legs, or a piece of an ear, so shall the children of Israel be taken out that dwell in Samaria, in the corner of a bed, and in Damascus in a couch. So the children of Israel that are dwelling in Samaria in the corner of a bed, so not in the center of the bed, just those in the corner of the bed, and in Damascus in a couch, will be taken out or delivered, according to this Christian Bible. The Ellicott's commentary for English readers regarding in Damascus in a couch says this: but this construction is very questionable. Again, this construction is very questionable. So they're admitting it's a difficult passage. It's hard to understand. It continues, and it would be much simpler and safer to adopt the reading of most Hebrew texts and render on a couch's damask, referring to the silken or white woolen fabric for which Damascus, even in that early age, was famous. So the KJV says, in Damascus in a couch, and this commentary is saying that's questionable. It would be better to say on a couch's damask. The Cambridge Bible for Schools and Colleges says this: the Hebrew text can hardly be right. Again, the Hebrew text can hardly be right. That means it is wrong. The quote-unquote Masoretic text is wrong. It continues. Nor, as pointed, is the Hebrew word here found identical with that for Damascus. So they're arguing whether it should be Damascus or Damask. Most moderns render and on the damask or silken cushions of a couch. This rendering yields an excellent sense, but it cannot be regarded as certain. It cannot be regarded as certain. So they're saying whether it is translated and in Damascus on a couch or and on the damask of a couch, they don't have a clue what it's supposed to say, because the Hebrew text, the Masoretic text, cannot be right. It is wrong. It was intentionally corrupted by a bunch of hooligans called the Masoretes in order to separate the children of Israel from the truth of the Holy Scriptures. Quote 2 says, whatever uncertainty there may be about the word, it must, however, either be or be the corrupt representative of a term either synonymous or parallel with corner in the preceding clause. All that's saying is that they have no idea how this should actually be translated, but whatever the word should have been in the quote-unquote Masoretic Hebrew text, it's clearly a corruption, because no matter how they twist this and try to understand it, it makes absolutely no sense. So I think we can agree that Amos chapter 3 verse 12 is a quote-unquote difficult passage to understand. And we can see that Christian Bible commentators have no idea what the Masoretic text and consequently the Bible based on it mean by the words in Samaria in the corner. So not in the middle, but in the corner of a bed, that's very specific, and in Damascus in a couch. The reason they don't know what it means is because neither the Masoretic text nor the translation into the English language from the corrupt Masoretic text makes any sense. It's nonsense. There are those who will argue that the words translated into English as bed and couch clearly did not really mean a literal bed and couch. Therefore, they claim we need to rely on the Strong's Concordance to reveal what these words really mean. So let's examine these words in the Strong's Concordance. The word translated as bed comes from Strong's H4296. That's H4296. And the Strong's definition for this word says, a bed, as extended, for sleeping. A bed for sleeping or eating. By analogy, a sofa, litter, or bear. Bedchamber, bear. So the point is, this literally means a bed for sleeping in. That does nothing to help us to understand this confusion. The word translated as couch comes from Strong's H6210. That's H6210, and Strong's definition says a couch properly with a canopy. So not just any couch, but a couch with a canopy. That's one of the coverings over the couch, so you can relax in the shade. That's what this is talking about. It says bed, bedstead, couch. So this is literally talking about a couch. There's no hidden meaning behind this. And what this means is that the Strong's Concordance cannot help us to understand the meaning of Amos chapter 3, verse 12. If neither the King James Bible, the Masoretic text, nor the Strong's Concordance can help us to understand Amos chapter 3, verse 12, what alternative do we have? Thankfully, we can avoid all this confusion and go straight to the Septuagint. The Septuagint dates back to 250 years before the invention of Christianity. So we can read it to see what the Holy Scriptures said before the Christians or the Jewish Masoretes got their grubby hands on them. I will read Amos chapter 3 verse 12 in the Brenton Septuagint translation. Amos chapter 3 verse 12 says this: Thus saith the Lord, as when a shepherd rescues from the mouth of a lion 2 legs or a piece of an ear, so shall be drawn forth the children of Israel who dwell in Samaria, in the presence of a foreign tribe, and in Damascus. Nothing about the corner of a bed or on a couch. This verse is simply saying that the Most High will draw forth or rescue the children of Israel who dwell or live in the presence of a foreign tribe, meaning surrounded by non-Israelites in Samaria and in Damascus. It really is that simple. I have no reason to confuse myself with Christian or Jewish Bibles when I can go straight to what the Holy Scriptures said before there was ever such a thing as a Christian or Jewish Bible. And with such a simple and easy to understand translation like the Brenton Septuagint translation, I have no need to use the Strong's or any other concordance. In conclusion, the Strong's Concordance is a Bible study tool that was designed to help Christians make sense of the nonsense in the King James Version of the Christian Bible. In the case of the quote-unquote Old Testament, it does this by enabling Christians to examine the so-called Hebrew words from which the English words were translated. Unfortunately, in many cases, as it says in the Cambridge Bible for Schools and Colleges, the Hebrew text can hardly be right. Again, the Hebrew text can hardly be right. This should be reason enough for genuine truth seekers to reject the unholy trinity of the Masoretic text, the King James Bible, and the Strong's Concordance. This is also one of the reasons I choose to teach from the Brenton Septuagint translation rather than any Christian or Jewish Bible. And with that I say, Salam.